What is a terrible feeling? Losing your cell phone. We are so attached to them.
It can also be dangerous, John, because cell phones carry so much personal information. Consumer reporter Kristen Miranda is here to tell us about a study that looked at what happens after a cell phone's been lost.
Yeah, it is a bad feeling. Your stomach just does that thing, right? This study by an internet security firm found that each of us in this country with a cell phone will lose or misplace it at least once a year. So researchers purposely lost 50 cell phones, and they were surprised by what happened when someone other than the owner found the phone. Ronnie Giberson is just like most of us.
You have no idea how I get into a panic when I don't know where something is, like a checkbook or my cell phone.
In fact, he's misplaced his phone several times. Each time, though, realizing it right away.
Usually it only takes me about 2 to 5 minutes.
However, for many of us, that phone is out of our hands for much longer.
So I guess I like to think that, people might turn it on real quickly just to see if they can identify who the owner is, and then turn it into the nearest store, the nearest desk, or, someplace to make sure the owner gets reunited.
But cyber expert Teresa Payton says a study by security company Symantec found that 96% of the people who found a phone did a little snooping first, starting with checking emails and not stopping there.
They looked at address books. If there was an online banking app, a lot of them clicked on the app. And then some of them actually went into Facebook apps and other apps just to sort of play around with it before turning it in. And then sometimes they just left the phone where they found it.
Teresa says before you lose your phone, you should plan what you would do if it becomes lost.
Talk to your vendor, ask them if they have a remote feature where you can actually track a lost phone, because maybe that'll help you actually find it, and to be able to remotely wipe the phone.
That would destroy all of the data on it if you can't find it. And most important, she says, is to password protect your phone with the auto lock feature. It's what Ronnie does.
I don't think anyone should ever not have password protection on their phones.
Yeah, it's really good advice. He says it can be a little bit of an annoyance to put that password in every time, but it's completely worth it, he says. Now your word of the week, it is Yetis. It stands for Young Entrepreneur 20-something Techies.
So these are the people who are actually creating these new tech startup firms. They're young, they're hip, the apps are cool, and so they're all called Yetis.
We could not be further from Yetis.
I was about to say, we are not Yetis.
No, there is, of course, much more information about all of this. Protecting yourself if your cell phone is stolen. It's all on the Protecting Your Cyber Turf page at WBTV.com right now.
Even